Hey guys, here I am again, Barry with Barry's 8-Track and Classic Car Radio Repair. This time we're demonstrating a Panasonic RS-805, I believe it is. The one 805, I think, is the one that has a single VU meter. And this comes from Julian in Acton, I guess it's Acton, Acton, California. And Julian says that it plays but slurs the music. And now, customers generally don't know the proper terms to describe electrical disturbances. So whenever customers, complains about a certain problem, I always kind of have to figure it out myself and not really go by what he's saying because he's probably not using the same. For instance, a humming sound is sometimes called distortion. It's not really distortion. It's just a humming sound or a buzzing sound. But at any rate, I played a tape through this machine, and I didn't really notice anything wrong. And so I called the customer to let him know, well, it seems to be playing fine. And he says, well, just do what you can with it. I just want anything you can improve, go ahead and improve it. Well, it was only when I had it apart that I noticed that the capstan is completely covered in oil. Someone has apparently gotten in there and dribbled oil on the capstan. And it apparently ran down the capstan, so obviously that's going to cause speed variation because it's not going to grip the tape properly. So obviously I cleaned that off, and I resurfaced the capstan in my sandblaster so that it's now completely dry, no oil, and it's also got the rough surface that it should have. And then, so this customer most likely has oil on his tape rollers, and that's going to be a problem. If it was on the capstan, then it's on every tape that he's played since then. So what I've done is this is basically a capstan cleaner. This is just an old unused cartridge. It's a tape cleaner, and they're not good for anything anyway, so we might as well use it for something else. So we just grab a tape cleaning cartridge or just an old cartridge that you don't really want anymore, and just remove the tape from it, remove the roller, and replace the roller with a piece of cloth or a piece of foam, and I just got it so it kind of presses in place. I just cut it to that kind of size. And what this will do, if you put a few drops of 91% isopropyl alcohol on this and then insert it, then it'll try to clean the oil that's on the capstan. Customer's probably going to have to do this pretty often, probably before he plays every tape until he's noticed that there's no more oil on the tape rollers or on the tape material itself. But it could be a real mess, but at least we have a hopeful solution is you can make your own capstan cleaner. Just replace your roller with oil. Just replace your roller with a piece of cloth or a piece of foam, drip some alcohol on it, and then then insert it, and then the capstan rubbing against that alcohol impregnated cloth will hopefully clean all the oil off it. So on that, let's go ahead and pop a tape in here and make sure this thing still plays. I did replace the belt, I resurfaced the capstan and all that, so let's go ahead and play a tape. Okay, so as you can see, there's no speed variations at all. If there was before, there isn't now. And so the only thing that I could really attribute the word slurring to is the deck is not a really bright sounding deck. It does have some headwear. It doesn't sound real bright and crisp like a Wollensack does, but this is one of Panasonic's lower end units also, so that's probably to be expected. But so at any rate, it's playing as well and as sonically nice as the playback head will let it, and so I've done the best I can on it. So we'll call it. I didn't experience a problem with it, but I did fix a most likely problem, which there was oil over the capstan. You should never put oil directly on the capstan. The capstan has to grip. You can't have slipping. So, with that stated, to reach me for service, please visit the website in the description below, and please download and print the work order before calling me with a bunch of questions, because all my options, prices, including options for turn times, are on the work order. Now, my work order is mainly designed for car units, because there's a heck of a lot more questions that I have to ask on a car unit, because there's so many ways it can be repaired. A home unit's not quite that complicated, but please do read my work order before calling me with a bunch of questions. And so you'll get my phone number off my website when you visit the website, and that'll be cool. So thanks so much for watching, listening, and thank you, Julian, for giving me a job from California, and we'll see you guys next time.